What's up, friends? Welcome to another Moments with Z. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to make friends and how to deepen those connections. First of all, shout out to my good friend Nicholas Bui and Nancy Zhang for letting me use their beautiful space, their camera equipment. They're one of my closest homies of all time. So thank you guys so much. I really love y'all. I grew up an only child, which is very lonely. I remember when I was 7 years old, one night, I just had this deep, sinking, empty feeling in my heart. I didn't know the word to describe it at the time, but it was a feeling of loneliness. I was so lonely that I just started crying that night. And my cousin checked up on me. He was like, yo, what's wrong? Like, why are you crying? And I didn't know what to say. I was just like, I don't know. It was loneliness. My parents were at a different state working. I was in the care of my grandma and my aunt. So I had to get comfortable feeling lonely at a very young age. And it also pushed me to get good at making friends at a very young age. And now I have friends from all sorts of backgrounds and different age groups. I'm very, very thankful growing up as an only child. If I hadn't, it wouldn't have pushed me to get good at making friends, and I wouldn't be the person I am today. So all things considered, again, I am very thankful for that. Without further ado, here's everything you need to know about how to make friends and how to deepen those connections. Number one, you gotta put yourself out there. It sounds obvious, but you really have to put yourself in environments where friendships and connections can happen. Specifically, find things you like to do or something you would like to learn and find a community for it. Like if you like hiking, find a hiking group. If you like reading books, find a book club. If you like dancing, go take dance lessons. Your options are literally endless in this digital age. You simply search up local events based on your interests and start putting yourself out there. Once you're actively putting yourself out there, we have step number 2, being open and friendly. If you're closed off and guarded, chances are people won't approach you. Unless you're like super good looking or really good at something, like you got a talent in something, then people will approach you no matter what. But if you don't have any of those things, I'm just gonna be real with you. People are gonna have a tougher time approaching you. So stay open, be friendly. There's simple things you can do to be more friendly and welcoming. Right? Simple things like making eye contact, smiling, getting your hygiene on point. These are basic things you can do to be more approachable. But beyond the surface, there's also the vibe you embody. The one thing that's helped me the most when it comes to making friendships is to let go of judgment. If you're constantly judging people, no one's gonna wanna open up to you. If you're constantly judging yourself and people pleasing, it's gonna feel inauthentic. Be your perfectly imperfect self and replace judgment with curiosity. Who is this person? What do they like? What don't they like? Are we compatible as friends? Get to know people. When you don't judge, people feel safe opening up to you, and this is how friendships form and deepen. And finally, consistency. Consistency is the reason why friendships naturally form in school and work. If you're seeing the same people on a regular basis, as long as you put some effort into it, friendships will form. Now, outside of school and work, you have to create that consistency. You can host weekly game nights.
Yeah. This is not a show with a hat. This is a hat with a hat.
Friendships are a lot like plants. With the right conditions and consistent watering, they will blossom. Oh boy, gotta do some stretches, man. Okay. You know, when I first moved to New York City, I had very few friends. I was casually invited to go to a freestyle dance session one night, and I could have said no, but I really wanted to put myself out there. When I got there, I was still very nervous and I thought about turning back, but I just took every moment as it came. I just kept saying yes to every single moment that came my way, and before I knew it, I was dancing. Now, I was insecure about my dancing, but afterwards, a Filipino dude just came up to me and was like, hey man, good job. And it was something so simple, but for me, when I heard that, I just felt so seen and welcome. Is this feeling of, oh, I'm actually wanted here. This is nice. You know, it's just a nice little gesture, nice little comment that really went to my heart. We followed each other on Instagram, and one day he invited me to go surfing. And I'm like, sure, yeah, why not? I've never surfed before, and I actually didn't end up surfing that day. I wanted to test out my camera equipment. As we got to talking, we found out we have a mutual love for Super Smash Bros. It's like one of my childhood games that I love playing all the time. So we just started consistently meeting up, playing games, going to tournaments, and dancing together. Exactly 3.6 deep talks later, he became one of my closest homies in New York City. So you see how in that example, I put myself out there, I was open and friendly, and then we consistently met up to connect and water that friendship. And now it blossomed into a really deep and close connection. It's a little bittersweet because he has recently moved to California, and I'm gonna miss him a ton, and it really sucks, but that connection, that friendship could have not happened at all. So all things considered, I am thankful. And distance can challenge some friendships, but it doesn't necessarily mean the end of it. And at the same time, some friendships are only meant to be for a couple seasons, and I have to accept that. I don't know if this is one of those friendships. We'll have to see over time. But all things considered, I'm so thankful to have met a homie like Lloyd. He really made my experience in New York City that much more enjoyable, a lot less lonely. Thanks, bro. Whew. Find the people that makes you feel safe and appreciated. Those are your friends. I'll see you in another moment.